Okay, we're rolling. This is lesson 5 in vehicle finance for my grade 12 essential math students. All right, nobody this morning got this. When shopping for a new versus used car, you need blank and patience. What do you think the blank is? Somebody said money this morning too, but no. It's definitely key to have some money, but no. Time is good, but patience and time kind of means the same thing, right? If you're being patient, that means time is already kind of factored into that word. The word they're looking for in the notes is flexibility. And what they mean by that is, don't get your heart set on this vehicle if you're looking for a brand new vehicle. Again, shop around. Be flexible. Look for what meets your needs best. So flexibility and patience to examine all your options to make the best decision for you. There are advantages and disadvantages to both new and used vehicles. With new cars, you have the reassurance that you are the only person who has owned the car. That's, I guess, maybe the biggest pro. The shopping process is usually easier because everything you're looking at is in brand new condition. You don't have to evaluate that aspect any further. You could have more financing options. There could be more than one way to pay off a loan for a new car, whereas used cars are all basically the same loan. And there can be incentives available to you. You may achieve better gas mileage with lower emissions because new cars are likely going to have slightly better and more advanced technology. But the downside, with new cars, their value blanks almost immediately. Begins with a D. What's the word we're looking for? Depreciates. We learned that word the other day, and apparently I can't spell it. Hold on. Depreciates. There we go. With new cars, their value depreciates almost immediately. Literally the minute you drive it off the lot, it's not worth as much as it was a minute ago. And you will likely carry higher debt as the prices are higher, as well as the cost of insurance increases with replacement value respectively. So I was actually Googling the most expensive fragrances in the world. And you know what's not on here? New car smell is not on here. Bolt of Lightning, $765 an ounce. Joy, $850 an ounce. Caron Poivre, $1,000 an ounce. That's some expensive stuff. But let's check out how much new car smell is going to cost us. First, some vocabulary. What's your base price? The base price is the cost of the vehicle with standard equipment. No extra bells and whistles like, what's standard nowadays kind of depends, but a good example would be something like heated seats would be a good example. A roof rack would be a good example. Okay, those would be options. I'll go down to that. Options, the third one down, are extra features that you can add on to a vehicle. More feature costs more money. So the more features you add on, the more you have a features package, you have options package. Those things cost more money. Okay, the one in the middle, freight costs. That's the cost of transporting a new vehicle from the manufacturer to the dealership. You got to pay for that. It's usually over $1,000. And that has to be passed along to the person buying the car. Makes sense. Most cars here in Canada are assembled or put together in Ontario, and then they're put on a train. If you're buying a foreign car, your freight cost might be even more because it's been transported over the ocean. Okay, so what's the sticker price? That is the full asking price of the vehicle suggested by the manufacturer. That's your base price, plus whatever options, plus freight, plus a federal air conditioning tax. Add those four things together, and you get what's called the manufacturer's suggested retail price, aka MSRP. I was checking out Hondas. Nothing particularly that not that I'm really looking for a Honda right now. But I'm just looking at what a brand new Honda Civic is worth. And I noticed that when I click on one, I noticed that almost all of them say that they're being shipped and that they're not in right now. But notice there it is, MSRP. And I've also noticed that the manufacturer's price and the dealer's price, you'd think the dealer would try to give you some sort of discount, but not right now, because right now they can't even keep them on the lot. It is definitely a seller's market right now, but that will likely change. So anyway, we'll just kind of keep that in mind if we're looking for a Honda later. All right, here's the 4 steps we're going to use to figuring out the cost of buying a vehicle. First, we figure out the sticker price, which is the base price, the options, the freight, and the air conditioning tax is kind of part of the sticker price, but they've added it lower down for some reason. Then there's something called documentation fees, where in order to get your car into the vehicle registration system, the VIN number system, you have to actually pay for that. Is there a trade-in allowance? Did you trade in an old vehicle? So you're going to get some money for that, so you'd subtract that. And then when you buy a new car from a dealership, it is PST and GST that you got to pay. Remember, that's 5 and 7. All right, let's do some calculating. Example 1. Let's find the sticker price. So the base price is $25,880. And this person wants a preferred equipment package that's going to cost $1,260. They don't like the factory stereo, so they want to upgrade for $200 more. The air conditioning tax is on there, and the freight cost is $1,100. And when I add that up, suddenly what was a $25,800 car is now a $28,540 car, and that's before we even put tax on it. That'll be the next example. Okay, hold on just a sec. And we're back. There we go. All right. Example 2. Des is going to buy a 2-door Camaro Z28 Sport Coupe. This is obviously an old question. I think these would be a lot more expensive now. So the base price is $20,798. He adds an option package that costs $1,585. Bet you that option package has a spoiler in it. You wouldn't want that car without a spoiler. For those of you who don't know, that's that weird fin thing on the back that's supposed to help aerodynamics.
It does.
Yeah, I think it's pretty minimal. And plus, you look at some of the cars that people put them on, and it's like, they'll put them on like a Honda Civic, you know.
I'll do you that. But if you really actually racing the car, big wings or whatever, they actually do help, provided you use them correctly.
Fair enough. Okay, he wants an automatic transmission. Some vehicles still, as a standard package, come as standards. They come as stick shift transmissions. So you'd have to pay extra for the automatic transmission. Freight is $1,055. The dealer is going to give him $5,000 for his old car, and there's a documentation fee of $150. Des lives in Manitoba. Let's determine the price for the vehicle. Okay, here's how we do this. So the original price is $27.98. Add the option package, $15.85. Add the automatic transmission. Add the freight. Add the documentation fee, and subtract the trade-in allowance of $5,000. All right. I'm not too confident in my answer here, so I'm going to repunch. Here, I'll do it where everybody can see what I'm doing. Or maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 20798 plus 1585 plus 695 plus 1055 plus, let's move over out of the way here, 150 minus 5,000 gives us a grand total of 19,000. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, hold on. Don't take off that 5,000 yet. My bad. They only want the sticker price so far. Okay, can you erase that? Sticker price. So how do I fix? I don't want to repunch all those numbers. I'll just add 5,000. There we go. So there we go. So the sticker price is $24,283. Now, what will he actually pay? Okay, and actually, now that I think about it, the documentation fee isn't part of the sticker price either. Can I have a mulligan on that? I just realized that's not going to be on there. Okay, I don't need to punch that through my calculator. I know what that is. Take, so that'd be 1,300. There we go. Now, total purchase price will be the sticker price plus the documentation fee minus how much we get for that trade-in, $5,000 for trade-in. That will give us a subtotal. Remember from home finance, what subtotal means? So I take that number there and I add, or I take away 5,000 from it, and I get 19,283. And that's my subtotal before taxes. Now, it doesn't ask you how much the taxes are, it just wants the total. So whenever it says calculate the taxes, you do them separately. But when it just says find the total price, just do that. Use the same trick we've been using all year. You know that that's 5% GST and 7% PST. And that makes 12% together. So if you take 112% of the number, you've added 12% to the number. So I take my answer and I times by 1.12, and boom, I get $21,596.96. Pretty straightforward. Okay, you just have to remember which parts make the sticker price. The sticker price doesn't include your registration fee, or whatever you want to call it, your documentation fee. And of course, you don't take away your trade-in from the sticker price. You do that after you've calculated sticker price. Also, you don't calculate taxes until you've taken your trade-in value off. Obviously, they can't make you pay taxes on money you didn't actually spend. Interesting though, did you notice this? You are paying taxes on it's not in this question, but in the last question, if you were paying taxes on this, remember what this number was? That's an air conditioning tax. So if that's part of the sticker price, you are paying a tax on a tax. You're paying a tax, well, they call it the goods and services tax. You are paying the government for the service of taxing you, I guess. I'm not kidding, that is how it works. You do actually end up paying GST and PST on your air conditioning tax, because it's part of the sticker price. Good for them. All right. This was what we saw in that video the other day. Remember, there was the two people talking about how best to manage your money, and hey, I've got an ice cream, you want to buy it for $4? And it's all melty and stuff because it's been sitting around for 20 minutes. It's like, well, that's depreciation. Something isn't worth what it was worth when you first got it. All vehicles lose value as they become older. That's called depreciation. A new car can depreciate anywhere between 15 and 25% in its first year. It varies from brand to brand, from model to model. And then usually by about 15% every year after that. Excuse me. As a vehicle depreciates, its resale value decreases. Note that depreciation is referred to in or as a percentage. Okay? Remember that when you're doing the calculation, you always times by a decimal. And let's do this smartly. A new car is sold for $35,000. The depreciation rate is 20% for the first year. So ask yourself this. If it has lost 20% of its value, how much of its value does it still have? Very good, 80%. So I would like 80% of $35,000. And I already punched this button. This is $28,000. So that's how much my resale value is after 1 year. Oh, I'll answer that later. All right, so now in the second year, 15%. So same trick. If 15% of the value is lost, how much does it still have? 85%. So now I want 85%, but it's 85% of my new number. And when I do that, I get $23,800. And that's the answer we're looking for. That is the resale, supposed to be a dash in resale, I think. Resale value after 2 years. Now, this is interesting. That answers this question. Calculate the car's resale value at the end of 2 years. For the next question, what was the total depreciation? I'm going to take how much the car was when I bought it, minus how much it's worth after 2 years, and this would be my total depreciation after 2 years. And when I did that subtraction, I ended up with $11,200. So compare that to those fragrances. You just spent $11,200 for a new car smell for 2 years.
It really doesn't have that smell anymore.
No, it lasts about 6 months at the most. But anyway,
Black ice.
again, people don't really buy cars for the new car smell. They buy new cars so that they're driving something nobody's ever driven before. If you can afford it, it is the most, what is the word? The most convenient, because you can be very, very sure there won't be repairs that are going to need to be done. And even if there is, it will be under warranty.
Lemon law.
There is, in fact, something called a lemon law, somebody pointed out in class, which means that if you buy a new car and it needs extensive repairs beyond its warranty, there are actual laws in place that protect you, the consumer. It usually involves dealing with like an insurance agent, but for the most part, if you buy a brand new car and lots of mechanical issues and electrical issues start to happen, you're not going to be the one paying for that. So, but it comes at a price, right? That's $11,200 gone to drive a new car for 2 years. All right, that gets us to the assignment. Worksheet 3C, I have an answer key on my blog already. So you're working on that. Now, there were some people who weren't here yesterday. I'll end the video now and talk about what we did yesterday.